Hi, my name is Sandy Carter, and I'm IBM's General Manager for the Cloud Ecosystem and a Social Business Evangelist. And today we're going to kick off our series on career hacks. In fact, we've got 5 career hacks to help you to grow in your career. And these are really aimed at a set of research that we've done recently that shows a shift in mindset of what's working today to propel people's careers forward. And the 5 are a shift from 1, knowledge is power, to acting like an open API. Social is for kids, to now being intentional about your social influence. 2, it's just about the business, to today winning the hard sale with your soft side, from just winging it to doing your homework. And finally, moving from a transactional relationship to a lifelong relationship as a breakaway play. So over the next 5 weeks, we'll cover all 5 of those. In today's coffee break, we're going to cover number 1, which is act like an open API. Now, you may be sitting there, you might not be technical, and you may wonder, what is an API? Well, it's an application programming interface. And bottom line, it's simply that a company who has software opens up their expertise so that others don't have to recreate the wheel, and they can learn faster, they can incorporate that knowledge into their business, and so they can use the best of the best that comes from that person's expertise. And that's exactly what we're talking about with acting like an open API. Sharing your subject matter expertise on something that you're great at, but freely sharing that in the marketplace. Now, you may ask me, well, why would I do that? Why don't I go to the old version of knowledge is power? Well, if you think about it today, why does a company share its API? Why doesn't it just hoard that information? Well, if you think about it, companies open up their API to do several things. 1, to drive increased revenue, so they get more money because more people are using their knowledge. 2, they extend their reach. As more people start to leverage it, they reach more people. And so in the end, the company gets more customers. And finally, one of my favorites is innovation. You know, when you open up your API, others do things with that API that you've never thought of. And so it helps you to disrupt much faster. Now, the same thing is true for you. Once you figure out what that core expertise area is for you, as you open that up, you become more valuable. You extend your reach to more people, and you're able to innovate and disrupt even more quickly than you were before. Let me just share a story. I was headed over to India to speak at a conference, and I tweeted before I went that I'm headed to Mumbai. So since I tweeted that, I showed up at a hotel at 11 p.m. at night. Of course, mascara dripping down my face, clothes all wrinkled, because I had a 22-hour trip to get to India. As I got there, the general manager of the hotel came running over to me and said, "Sandy, your party is here, but they got so big, so I moved them to another room." So I thought, oh, how nice. The IBM team came to greet me, but it's 11 p.m., so I need to quickly get them home because it's too late for them to be here. So after I checked in, I ran down to the room. But I opened the door, and all I saw was people doing Bollywood dances and having a great time. And I thought, these people aren't here for me. They're here for a wedding. So I went back out to the general manager, and he said, no, those people are here for you. So as we went back in the room, I still remember a gentleman coming up to me and saying, Sandy, hello, so glad that you're here. Hope you had a safe journey. I was trying to think, do I know this gentleman? Does he know me? And so it turns out he asked about my dog and my kids. Well, he found out about my tweet, and he got me to call the IBM office. They had no time, so he decided to send a message out to the social media club that he ran and invited them all to come and meet me at the hotel when I landed at 11 p.m. at night. Long story short, I ended up doing a presentation for them, which they wanted at 11 p.m., and the whole gang, about 200 plus people, stayed there in the hotel with me until almost 2 a.m. in the morning. Why? Because I was acting like an open API. I was sharing my knowledge of social, and these people value that expertise. By doing such, I expanded my reach, and I got some great ideas that's enabled me to disrupt and more innovate in the marketplace today. So you can do this too. Figure out what that area of expertise is. If you're technical, get out there and share on GitHub. I love the story of one of the folks on our evangelist team who 2 hours after the Apple Watch was released code out on GitHub, shared that, and had over 3,000 people download that code within 2 hours. Be a mentor, be a sponsor, share your knowledge about your career and how you got to where you got with some younger kids out there to really make sure that you're opening up your API. In a nutshell, acting like an open API means that you have a point of view, and that POV is so powerful when you share it, either in a blog or share it on Twitter, when you teach your colleagues about it. Also, be a mentor, be an example, be a role model. There are so many people out there today who need someone to give that little bit of encouragement and share their expertise. My name is Sandy Carter, and this is our Career Hack series.